Hey, how's it going? This is my third video in my series called Beyond the Notes, where I take a different approach to music education that maybe others have glossed over. Today's lesson is dealing with slapping. A little bit of history, up until the 80s, I would say, the very late 80s to be honest, you were able to slap and you could get away with just hitting the E, open E, and popping on some flat sevens or sixths to the octave, and it was fine. An example, like stuff like that. Got your gigs, people liked your playing, got you some girls, but something happened in 1990. I think 1990 that just revolutionized slapping. I mean, Victor Wooten came out with Bella Fleck, and this guy was doing stuff that no one really had done before. So the first tune I heard was Sinister Minister, and it was like a and he did all these like crazy, I can't play it, but he did all these crazy flourishes and, I don't know. I don't understand it really, but it was really cool stuff. When I heard that, to be honest, I mean, my first instinct was just never slap again, like it's just beyond me what he's doing. But, then I tried. So I'm going to give you two things you can do to compensate for the higher level of slapping skill that's out today since 1990 with Victor Wooten. So the first step I would say is, if you are kind of going up and down with your thumb, even out of time, but if you're popping in time, kind of on the right notes, it's going to be okay. Like example. I don't know what my thumb is doing. It's just kind of going. But if I play other things in time around it, it kind of sounds okay. So that's one approach. To use your thumb out of time and just rake over the strings. Okay. A second approach, which I find very useful, is when, say, someone asks me, do you slap? How's your slapping ability? I take a high and mighty approach. I basically say, I did that when I was a kid, as a teenager, but I grew up. I don't do that anymore. I don't need those fancy techniques and tricks to make my playing come across. Now, it's only because I can't do it. But if you come off saying it as if like you've moved beyond it and you're more mature now, and you just can talk about a time when you had this technique, most people believe you. Most people are like, yeah, man, he really, feels his music now. It doesn't need to do corny. Doesn't need to do that. So yeah, two approaches. Play your right hand thumb out of time, or just say you're beyond slapping. Beyond the Notes, Mike Todd. Peace out, peeps.